Hi, everybody. Bryan Broaddus here in the Crown Global Media Studios. It's once again time for Scout's Eye, my main scout, Voch Lombardi. Voch, got the Denver Broncos. Man, you have been on fire breaking down these teams for us every week. What have you seen from this very talented Denver Bronco team?
Fantastic defense, Brian.
Yeah.
They kind of got into a little mess with the Giants last week, but that's the league. Everybody gets paid or whatnot. I don't want everybody to think, oh, well, if the Giants can go out there and do that, we can go out there and do that. Nah, this Denver Broncos defense, it may be the best defense that you run into all year. So you're really going to get an opportunity to test yourself, Brian. It's the first time that you really get to go against a defense that you might lose a little bit of sleep about,
Right.
And we'll just break everything down here. I got some offense for you too, Brian.
Sure.
But this is the first time we've seen a lot of different fronts, and they've mostly been even front bastard fronts.
Okay.
This is the first odd front that we're going to run into, like a true odd front.
Okay.
What I mean by that, even and odd, like even numbers, odd numbers. So an even front is you will get a tackle, a nose, and two ends. That's an even amount of people on the line of scrimmage.
4-man down.
It's an even front. So 4 2s, 4 3s,
Right.
Those are your even fronts. Odd fronts is just the opposite of that. You get 3 down linemen, 3 stacks. In this case, we got linebackers there, linebackers there, linebackers there. 3 4.
Okay,
Those are all
there we
odd
go.
fronts.
Yeah.
So whatever the amount of linemen is that are on the line of scrimmage, that's where your fronts are going to come from. Write that down. That will be on the test. All right. So Denver runs a odd front. These are your 3 down linemen. They're your odd guys. And Brian, these guys don't have prolific names. These aren't highly decorated gentlemen.
Yeah.
But these are characters that come in here and they do their job.
Yeah.
They're very physical. They whoop a ton of ass, and they work really well within this system. So, Brian, we're just going to run this. And what happens is sometimes, Brian, they win and, like let's just say versus the run, right? They win in 2 different ways. They win by either these 3 down guys whooping ass.
Right.
As you can see here, you see 99, 97, 96. We're going to break those guys down even more throughout the week, Brian. And then another way that they win, same, once again, odd front, 3 characters in the middle, linebackers on the outside. What they'll do, Brian, is they'll clog this inside real good, and they'll let the fast guys on the outside make all the plays.
Gotcha.
So now what you got is Cooper, Benito, some of those other guys, they run things down fast.
Yeah, right.
So I think, maybe it's like different calls that they have, right? Like, hey, down linemen, the linebackers are going to be doing stuff back here.
Right.
Y'all attack. This time it's like, hey, y'all clog. Benito about to come fly downfield and run, Bryan Broaddus. So they do a really good job dealing with the running now.
Let me ask you this question, though. A couple weeks ago against the Carolina Panthers.
Yes, sir.
Big inside guys, guys playing on your nose, guys playing. So are you a little concerned then about what happened at Carolina with Brown and Robinson and Brown and those guys playing the way they did with the way that maybe with the Broncos? Do you worry about that kind of messing you up a little bit with your running game?
This that same kind of party. They don't have one Derrick Brown guy.
Right.
That's the best guy in the league.
Right.
But they got 3 dudes that are physical and hard to move.
Okay.
So that's going to be your main matchup, really, bro.
Right.
It's going to be your offensive line. Boy, it sure would be nice to get Cooper BB back in this game. I mean, his window is open. Probably won't be this week. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it'll be really nice to be physical versus these guys, because these 3 down guys are as physical as the Panthers.
You can win the matchups with Booker and Smith.
Booker, Smith.
But if you're watching Dallas tape, you're probably thinking, well, man, maybe we should attack Hoffman, that kind of thing.
That's exactly what they're going to do, bro.
Yeah,
right?
I
It's
think
going to be
so.
a heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of the football, Brian, I just talked about run defense. The Broncos, typically, they want to win via running the football, right? RJ Harvey was a guy that got going early. He was one of our draft guys, but J.K. Dobbins has been the dude that's been kind of taking over a little bit, Brian. And this is a Sean Payton offense, right?
It is.
So you're going to get a bunch of movement here. Let me just bring it back for you a little bit. We ain't doing nothing else. You're going to get some movement. Some guys getting up, moving around, tight ends down there. But they are physical blockers. And not only are they physical blockers, but J.K. Dobbins is a physical runner. So this one of the ones, man, Brian, this playing our gaps well, physical in the gaps, all this kind of stuff. Also, the idea that the Cowboys haven't been great tackling. If you don't tackle J.K. Dobbins well, it's going to be a long day for you, Brian.
Yeah, I'm looking right at that number 14. If that would be Cortland Sutton, that's a big body out there cracking inside. We saw early earlier in the week when we had when you broke down the Cowboys and how they had the blocks with CD and stuff like that. But boy, it looks like they do a really good job of getting their linemen out in space, much like you do.
Man, Brian, I ain't gonna lie, man. Bo Nix don't really inspire a bunch of fear in me, Brian.
Sure.
I think that you've gone against better passers in your day, but boy, if your defense come out here like they played in the first few weeks, it won't matter. Bo Nix will go out there and throw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns or whatnot. But I think for the most part, Bo Nix finds himself in that category where his eyes aren't always there. So now we're having conversations with, Shotty and Flus. They say, well, we're running man this week because they're just better at man.
Right.
This may be a week that'll benefit you to, as bad as it's going to sound to Cowboy Nation, right? To play a little bit of zone, muddy those looks, whatever you did to like Jalen Hurts to kind of mix him up a little bit. I think Bo Nix is that similar kind of processor there. Now, the Giants game, I always go back to that one because that was the last game that they were in, Brian. It was kind of weird because Bo Nix threw the ball 50 times.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anybody that's watching that game, that's typically not what they want to do.
Right.
They kind of want to run the football, and Bo Nix is going to be a check down guy, keep the ball safe kind of dude. But as you look at here, if you want to get pressure on Bo Nix, he's a guy that will just flat out run away from you, Brian. We got another running quarterback. We talk about Bo Nix when he was in Auburn, when he was at Oregon. He's always been a guy that'll pull the ball and run. We got another dude that'll pull the ball and run. He's not quite Jaden Daniels. He's not quite Justin Fields. He's not quite Justin Hurts. But he is in that Bryce Young run around kind of.
Gotcha.
He's one of those run around kind of.
He will run out of necessity, or is he a guy when you talk about muddying the looks? If he doesn't see it,
if you don't see it, he gone.
He gone. Okay.
If you don't see it, he gone. I got another example for you later, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
This a damn good group of pass rushers, Brian.
Sure.
They got a 8-sack guy. They got a guy with like 5, with like 6. We struggling to get James Houston going with our 3.5.
Right.
Who this is? Zach Allen right here.
Yeah.
He's one of the interior guys, and he got 3.5 sacks.
Sure.
So he'll be the best pass rush on your team. But how they get going, Brian, is these outside guys. This is a 3-4 look. So Benito.
Yeah.
He just got paid, Bryan Broaddus. I believe he was one of those top sack guys, last year.
Right.
He's a guy that got a whole bunch of pass rush moves in his belt. Terrence Steele better bring his lunch.
Yeah, I tell you what though, you look at the explosiveness up the field. Look at that. And look at that. Now he's got the tackle's weight. He's got him bending and he's got his weight on that right foot. And now what's he going to do? He's going to spin back inside. Great field too, where that quarterback is. He didn't go too far up the field and all that. Yeah. He knew where the quarterback was going to the spot was going to be, and able to do that. Boy, that's a good first step though, right there. Very explosive.
You would say that he gets off the ball quickly and fires up the field?
I'd say so.
Man, take a look at this other MF right here, man. Jonathon Cooper. This something right here, Brian.
Yeah.
Number 0.
Yeah.
He fly up the field too, Brian. Hey, man, it's gonna be one of them days, man.
Yeah.
Shotty come out talk about, hey, man, we got hit too much. Yeah. All this kind of stuff. We got to keep Dak safe. I think Dak is gonna take some hits this game. It is what it is. But what Dak is good at is holding the ball, taking those hits, and getting the ball downfield.
Right.
And this ain't really a defense that give up big plays downfield anyway, Brian. But they got edges and interior guys that can really get after you. Look at this first step, Brian.
Yeah, that and two, in playing the game here at Denver, the crowd noise will be a factor of your guys, hearing the snap count and all that. Probably have to go with some silent count, but boy, I tell you what, right there, it looks like Cooper knew the snap count, the way he got off the ball right there. Boy,
that was
super impressive.
And I just wanted to add another here. I was talking about Zach Allen. It's crazy. He's not even their sack guy, but they're not sack guys get 3.5 sacks, but big pressure dude. Like he's one of those effort sacks dudes, right? I would love to have any one of these characters on my defense right now, Brian. That's just where we at with it.
What's funny about their defensive line too, as far as the inside guys, all of them were guys that weren't drafted.
Yeah.
They went out and signed them afterwards. So man, I'll tell you what, they got a good fit. Vance Joseph's doing a really nice job as a defensive coordinator there for Sean Payton.
They don't give up a bunch of deep balls, Brian.
Nope.
They just don't. They got a fantastic corner, and Pat Surtain might be the best corner in the league. The Cowboys are familiar with that because we're dealing with this. Oh, well, J.C. Horn's a really good guy.
Right.
Let's see what the other guys look like.
Right.
Sauce Gardner. We understand great cornerback play so far. Surtain might be better than both those guys, though, bro.
Sure.
We'll see. But there's a guy that you can find, and Vance Joseph knows this. He does a really good job of hiding him. It's a cat named Riley Moss.
Riley Moss from Iowa.
From Iowa.
Yep.
White kid.
White kid, yeah.
the white. Find the white corner. Find the white corner, man. I don't mean to say it like that, Brian, but it is what it is.
It's very rare to have a white corner playing in the league.
If you look up deep passes versus the Broncos, they only give up 8 of them.
Yeah.
But if it's
gonna be Raleigh.
Out of the 4 that they did give up, it's this one right here, Brian.
Right.
So man, I don't know if I wouldn't think Surtain's gonna travel because the Cowboys have 2 wide receivers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine he's gonna stay put. But there's probably a number, like and we'll break that down for you when we break down Broncos defense on Thursday. But if I'm Dak Prescott. If I'm shot, let me just run this back so we can just get a clue.
Yeah.
So we just to watch it again. I'm finding Riley Moss, and everybody does this. I'm finding Riley Moss, and I'm just gonna throw it deep on him. And it's 3rd and 17, Brian. He knew this was coming because I spoiled y'all with the down and distance here.
Well, that was some separation right on that route too, huh?
Riley Moss ain't a runner. He don't run track. He ain't like Cooper DeJean who ran track and played basketball and jump real high. You know what I'm saying? This is so if it's anybody you can go find. I don't know why they don't play Jahdae Barron. They're the rookie that they draft. Maybe he's hurt or something like that. Let me just look at the paper. We'll break that down later. Maybe he's hurt, but this Riley Moss kid gives up. He gives up the big plays, and the Cowboys in the past few weeks seem like they're comfortable going after that. You know what I mean? So I'll be willing to try it. So
the way that the Cowboys have used Pickens as a deep player, you try and match that thing up.
I'm looking,
but you're comfortable with Lamb or Pickens, but mainly Pickens on this guy, huh?
I'm looking for Riley Moss with Pickens and Lamb and with Tolbert. I'm looking for anybody. And this ain't to say that Riley Moss is terrible. He just happens to be the scrub in this defense.
Right.
And that may still be a good corner somewhere else.
Right.
But if you have a shot versus a corner for a deep ball play, if you're gonna throw deep, it ain't gonna be versus Surtain.
No, heck no.
Ain't gonna be versus Surtain, Bryan Broaddus. Sometimes Bo Nix, here's an example of Bo Nix kind of holding on to the football, Brian, of him getting himself sacked a little bit. I'm always looking for what guys can just get themselves sacked.
Right.
Bo Nix can get himself sacked if he just not even look. Now, Brian, first of all, it looked like Bo Nix don't even know what the hell going on. Hold on.
Him or Dobbins didn't know which way it was a play. Here we go. Yeah,
I don't know what the hell going on. Who you
that's that head coach, man. You got to watch that head coach.
Sean Payton. We should call Sean Payton.
Yeah, call him up and see what the heck. Yeah, what the heck.
What's going on, coach? But yeah, man, he'll look downfield and it won't be there, and he'll just kind of run around till you get him. Yeah. So some of those prolonged sacks, some of those slow rushes that might benefit you a little bit. But what you don't want to do, and I just want to bring this back so y'all can see what Tennessee did here. Keep eyes right there, so that Bo Nix ain't running back door or something like that. You know, Cowboys definitely have to keep an eye on that. This offensive line, it's another good offensive line, Brian. They're not going to give up a whole bunch. But if there's anything that I saw from this offensive line that'll kind of give up a little bit, is stunts on the right side.
Sure.
If I look up the sacks versus Bo Nix, 3 of them were stunts on the right side. So I don't know if they just don't pass it a long way, but we just see right here, boom, gap exchange right there. The right guard just didn't get turned quick enough. Yeah. Actually, his first problem was that he got turned in the first place there. Yeah. And he even starts off looking in this direction, right? He's even canted in that direction right now. But boom, that's too wide.
Yeah,
way too wide.
McGlinchey, the right tackle here, number 69 from San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
Dallas has had some success against him in the past, rushing him as a passer.
Brian, we ain't even got them people no more, Brian.
Mike
McGlinchey,
yeah.
That's the old days, Brian.
I hear you, man.
It ain't like that no more.
I hear you.
But yeah, man, the right guard there just kind of getting turned. Quinn Miners there. Yeah. Just this Wisconsin Whitewater, I believe. Yeah. Just kind of getting turned. And here's another example that happened versus the Giants there. Just a little late gap exchange. Miners just gets a little aggressive there.
Thibodeau and Burns on the same side there, right?
Now, we ain't got Thibodeau and Burns neither.
Yeah, well, I'm about to say, though. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it's still that Miners taking a guy to the inside and him just getting turned a little bit. Boom. And then you're going to see Burns crossing on the inside there, Brian. And then that's when you go get Bo Nix.
I like that.
I like it too. It's kind of hard to say, we're gonna beat the Broncos flat out. Let me just put my crown up there. Crown. It's kind of hard to just say, we're gonna beat the Broncos flat out, because as an offensive line, they don't really lose flat out. They're a really good run blocking unit, and pass blocking. They keep Bo Nix safe for the most part. But when Bo Nix doesn't see it, he holds the ball and he scrambles around, or gap exchanges on the right side. That's how you can get him on the ground.
Wow, I tell you, well, great breakdown once again, Voch. Thank you so much. A little bit of an insight there. It looks like to me that Denver defense, you're going to have to worry about the pressure, the odd fronts that they play with, though. But on offense, though, get after Bo Nix. It looks like that right side of that Denver offensive line may be a little suspect right now. So, again, for my guy, Voch Lombardi, I'm Bryan Broaddus. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Scout Side. Make sure you're checking us all out, though, on Crown Global Media, on all our platforms. We've got our merch store that we've got open up that maybe you can grab some of that stuff that really, really help us out. So, again, for my buddy Voch Lombardi, I'm Bryan Broaddus. We'll see you next time on the Scout Side.